Okay, okay, okay. Let's talk about Final Fantasy. Specifically, let's talk about Final Fantasy, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. I'm just the most recent Dissidia game that came out. I know this might feel like it came out of totally out of left field, but it's something that's been bothering my soul, and I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it. Okay, so look, this is less for the people watching and more for Square Enix. Choose one. Look, this is more of an open letter, okay? Just an open letter because I need to express my feelings, and I hope there are other people who think like this, because if there aren't, I am worried and, quite frankly, disappointed. So let's just get there. Hello, Square Enix. Hi. How are you doing? Well, I hope. Let's start off by saying what everyone knows and what I believe to be rather unfortunate. Dissidia NT, that's just what I'm going to call it, probably and most likely didn't sell as well as you'd hoped. I was one of the few people who was really looking forward to playing that game because I really liked the PSP Dissidia games. I did like them. I had no one to play them with because nobody played them because not a lot of people like them, but I liked them because the combat was fun. It was pretty simple, and by the end, since you had levels, you could reach level 99 and one shot everyone, and every fight was just a one shot. But it was fun because I got to pick these Final Fantasy characters, the main character, and or the villain, and just fight. Okay? Thank you for giving us the opportunity and providing us with such a nice thing to play. I appreciate it wholeheartedly, and I thank you greatly. Now, when I found out that you were porting the arcade Dissidia NT to PlayStation specifically, because that's what I play on, I was excited and hopeful and excited again because I wanted to play Dissidia again, but with people because I barely got to play with people. Seeing as it had online and versus and Dissidia, yay. I wasn't very excited when you decided to make it 3v3 and only 3v3. I really wanted to fight one on one. The previous games were one on one, and I thought fighting one on one was fun. So that was the first kind of stumble, but I was still excited. I'm still like, okay, it's fine. If it's 3v3, if I find people who are willing to just 1v1 each other in a match of 3v3, everything's kosher. Tremendous. And then I found out that the combos were a lot more simple and there were less attacks. And it was more streamlined, but also less tactical because you had less options. And that made me sad. But I had hope, and I'm like, you know what? Doesn't matter. Because Dissidia, NT, and I got to play with people, and that's tremendous. And then, and then, you announced the season pass, and you were showing characters. I found it rather odd. I'll find it rather odd still. And forever, always and forever is what I meant. That you decided to make the season pass and bring new characters, but also you didn't give us back all the other characters that were in Dissidia Duodecim. I found that weird because all you had to do was you had to make the. I know you had to make the things from scratch. I'm not saying you made money, but it would have been cool to have all the characters from Duodecim, right, from the get go, because if not, you were giving me a downgraded version of Duodecim, but it's fine. It's fine. So the game came out, and then you had the season pass, and I was excited for the characters because here we have a game where you can pick. You know that, Square. You're not I'm sorry. I know you're not stupid, but here we have a game where you can pick the main character, the good guy, versus the bad guy, right? So we have Warrior of Light and Garland. Garland's the best. We have Tidus and Jet. Perfect. Tremendous. We have Golbez, and the name escapes me, but he's my Facessel. No, I love him. Just good guy, bad guy. Simple, straight. I don't want to know about. Look, you gave us Kane, and you gave us Yuna, and you gave us Tifa at some point. But whatever. I just wanted the main character and his villain. Right? That's all I wanted. That's all you were providing me, and I was happy with that. And then I thought, okay, for Duodecim, I'm like, they're gonna add lightning, and they added lightning, and I was excited because I wanted to see who you were gonna add as a villain. So now we get to the meat of what I'm here to talk about. Sorry for the delay, but I'm just being honest with you, just being upfront. Great. So, lightning. I'm one of the few people, and yes, as soon as you hear this, anyone who's not Square Enix, I know you're going to take my word for poopy doo-doo. Because, I liked Final Fantasy 13 as a whole. The trilogy wasn't bad. I want to make a video about how it's not as bad as people thought it was. Could be better. Could have been better. But it's fine. So Lightning, okay, great. But okay, I'm excited to see who you put as the bad guy, because when you guys announced, Square Enix, Duodecim, no, NT, I'm like, you get to add a villain from Final Fantasy 13. Now let's go to my mindset. My mindset, having played all 3 games, is okay. So you start playing as Lightning in the 1. And in Final Fantasy 13, the first one, the villain is the Pope. He's not exciting to play as. I don't want to play as the Pope. Not exciting. Right? And Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, I know I'm skipping. The villain is God. Kami-sama. But you can't make him you can't make it a character because it's God. It was weird. It was attached to the floor. It's weird. You can't make him a character. So there was only one really good villain, tremendous villain, in the Final Fantasy 13 franchise, trilogy, that you can choose to be the villain. And I was excited for that, because since the beginning, I went on tirades and just rambling to the few people who I knew about, there it is, Dissidia. And I'm like, there's only one villain, one perfect villain that can work in the world of Dissidia. Plus, he's super cool. CAIUS Ballad. You see, I remember his name without having to look him up, because when I played Final Fantasy 13 2, he was so cool. Okay? And this is coming. No, I'm not a crazy fanboy. But if I had to choose between all 3 of Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, X2, 13-2, I'm sorry, bad habit, 13-2 was the best. It was my favorite. Okay? Other than Noah was cool. Sarah was a little annoying, but doesn't matter. CAIUS Ballad. CAIUS Ballad was a great villain. Okay? Let's start with why he was a great villain. So, because people who are watching, I need you to understand, and Square Enix, I need you to understand that he's a great villain. Why was he doing bad stuff? He explains why. And it makes perfect sense. He was doing bad stuff, but it was for a good cause. That's how you make a good villain, a compelling villain. Do I need to say more? Look, okay, let's just focus on this. For once, finally, I'm gonna put an image of him on screen. Put the image in now, future me. Thank you, future me. I need you to look at CAIUS Ballad. Just look at CAIUS Ballad. Square Enix. Look at CAIUS Ballad. Look at him. Now, for everyone watching, yes, he looks like an edgelord. Yes, the spiky things that come out of his hand arms thing looks stupid. And yes, the 3 piercings on his sword are unnecessary and look a little ridiculous. But other than that, and him looking like an edgelord, that right there is a good looking villain. Okay, look, let me break it down. What game are we playing? We're playing Final Fantasy 13 2. Okay? This guy's from the future. He's from the future. Does he look like he's from the future? Like if you zoom in on his armor and what he's actually wearing, it looks, yes, it looks a bit just like leather, black leather or whatever, but if I tell you he's from the future, you can see it. You can see that he looks like he's from the future. I can see it. And just look look at him. Look at CAIUS BALLAD. Look at him. This character design, whoever designed him, I didn't look it up. Whoopsie poopsie. Knows how to make a Final Fantasy villain. Look at him. He looks like he belongs in the old school Final Fantasy games. When I saw him the first time, I'm like, okay, wait, stop. Dude. That's one cool looking dude. And he reminded me, he just everything came back to me. And I thought, dude, he looks like a classic Final Fantasy villain. He got a headband for no reason. And yeah, okay, yes. I guess that's the other thing. He kind of looks like what? I don't know. Old school rock and roll. He does. He really does. But look at how cool he is. Like if I put an image of him and the Emperor from Final Fantasy 2, yeah, I can see it. Look at him. Classic Final Fantasy villain. CAIUS BALLAD is amazing. Yeah, okay. The only downside is that his way of fighting is him with a greatsword. And admittedly, we already have a villain with a greatsword, Garland, the best villain. But still. Right, and Jetch. Sure, yes. Also Jetch. Sorry, that's how I pronounce it. Whoopsie poopsie. But look at him. Look at how cool he looks. I just need you to look at how cool he looks. I just need you to understand. I need you... Square Enix. I need you to understand that this is what I was looking forward to in Dissidia NT. The perfect villain to contrast Lightning. CAIUS BALLAD. And then the final DLC character, if I'm not mistaken, he was the final DLC character. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, I think it was the final DLC character. Doesn't matter. You give me, to represent Final Fantasy 13, the trilogy, is Snowviller's Emo Phase Edition. Are you kidding me, Matt? What? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you giving me Snow? First off, Snow original design looked cool. Sorry. But that was his trope, so that's what he was going to look like, and it was great. People watching. But anyway, you give me his Lightning Returns edition with black and black and black, and then his stupid Lucy arm. Are you serious? I don't... Look, Square Enix, I like you. I don't not like you, right? Double negative. So I like you. Why are you giving me Snowviller's? Why are you giving me Snowviller's Lassie form? When I saw the trailer for Snowviller's Lassie form, I got legitimately upset. I was upset. CAIUS BALLAD. CAIUS BALLAD. And look, I don't know what people think. I really don't know. I haven't scrolled through the comments of the trailers of Snowviller's reveal. But why didn't you give us CAIUS BALLAD? It was right there. He looks so cool. He is just so cool. He's compelling. He was well written enough. He is from the best Final Fantasy 13 trilogy game. He was a good villain. He was cool. He looks cool. His motivation was cool. He fought Lightning repeatedly. So even though he was Noel's arch nemesis or rival or whatever you want to call him, is right there, and you give us Snow Village with the Lassie arm, with the Lassie. I am aware that I have a tendency to just ramble, and I'm just repeating myself. But this is the first legitimate one long ramble that I could just say, yes, this is ramble, and this was the purpose. Because I just wanted to put my voice my voice out there, and say, look, Square Enix, thank you for providing us the opportunity to play Dissidia, even when you probably thought that it wasn't going to be as, not productive, the other word, successful, than your other games. Okay? Did you not like CAIUS Ballad? Like, is there a reason why you didn't give us CAIUS Ballad? Because he was the perfect candidate. Like, I like this guy to the point where I was this close. I didn't do it, but I was this close to buying his CAIUS Ballad trading card from the trading card game that I don't even play, just because I wanted to have his card. Because I really like this guy. He made me feel like I was playing the old school Final Fantasy games in a Final Fantasy 13 game, and that was a big deal to me. So Square Enix, I know it's too late, and I know maybe not a lot of people think the same way that I think, and, you know, I can't make decisions here for you, but I feel very sad that you chose Snow Village Lassie Arm Edition over CAIUS Ballad, one of the best parts of Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. And that's pretty much what I was just trying to say. Can you make them available for the game? Can you just throw them out free DLC? Say, hey, you know what? CAIUS Ballad is important for the history of Final Fantasy. So, CAIUS Ballad. Please. Pretty please. 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 Also, why I have you here, seeing as you're definitely listening to the tirades of some idiot, I am, once again, one of the few people who is eagerly awaiting a Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy HD Remaster Edition. I'd play those games again. I'd go through the one again, through all those hallways. I don't care. I want to play them again. I mean, I own them, and I could just pop them in my Xbox 360 and play them, but I want to play them to look pretty, because that's what they do. Like, right? They look nice. They look nice. They're a visual experience. They're just even prettier. I don't know, man. Just thank you for your time, Square Enix, because I know you're here listening to me. Thank you. CAIUS Ballad. Everyone who's not Square Enix, thank you for sticking around. I mean, it's Square Enix. Okay, thank you. Bye, Square Enix. Thank you. CAIUS Ballad. Final Fantasy 13 Remaster, CAIUS Ballad. CAIUS Ballad Edition. Call it CAIUS Ballad Edition, please. It's hilarious. Okay, thank you. Everyone else. If you feel the same way, let me know, because that way I don't feel so isolated and alone in the thought of CAIUS Ballad being so cool and better than Snow Village Lassie Hand Edition. I don't know. Thank you for your time. It's just short rather than all the other crazy nonsenses that my videos turn into. But thank you for your time. And there's a free version of Dissidia NT if you're interested in that. I don't think a lot of people play NT anymore, but maybe if people play, we'll get a CAIUS Ballad. So, follow me on Twitter. There it is. At One Lung Guy. I will see you next time when I make another video about something else. And if you're still around, Square Enix, it's assuming that you don't want to, you want to make sure that I'm done. I was really done. I am done. Thank you, Square Enix. I appreciate you grandiosely. Thank you. CAIUS Ballad. Can I please have CAIUS Ballad? That's all. Just just CAIUS BALLAD. I know that I could just call him CAIUS, and I could just shut up, but I just keep calling CAIUS back. Can I please have CAIUS BALLAD? Please, just give me CAIUS BALLAD, please. Just CAIUS BALLAD. I'm done. CAIUS BALLAD.